Good morning, Scope fam. How are you? I hope you are well. This is a picture of my love bug, Miss Hassana. Adriana Hassana is my niece. That's too funny. It's my Adriana. How are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'll see if I can do this landscape. I'm gonna have to hold this because I don't want you to see all up in this area. All right, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Elkie of Savvy Moms Unite, where I teach moms how to live life in a simplistic, realistic, practical way. I want them to have the ability to be a boss in their life, given where they are currently, and taking them to the next level. So I'm a single mom to an 8-year-old girl named Adriana. She has been the reason why partly why I started Savvy Moms Unite, and just my journey. My journey was one that was not easy. I had a pretty rough start, so I always thought, what if I had someone just to kind of help me make things a little more easier, just kind of show me different tips I could use and talk to another mom who was going through the same struggles and not feel embarrassed when I was talking about my struggles, and not feeling like, because I didn't have it perfect, I wasn't a good mom. I felt that a lot. And so I'm trying to do away with that. Like, let's stop beating each other up because we're not doing it perfect on the first try. Like, we are humans and we learn. So, again, I'm Elkie of Savvy Moms Unite. If you are watching the replay, you can follow me on Twitter, SavvyMomElkie. Instagram is the same handle, SavvyMomElkie. And my Facebook community page is called Savvy Moms Unite. So those are the ways to locate me on social media. So in thinking about the title of my scope this morning, the reason why I even decided to do the scope is because I had my moment of pause, and I had to really reflect this morning as to what am I putting into my mind? What am I allowing to creep in? Those little things, negative thoughts, and just what I'm listening to. What am I listening to that could be affecting the way I feel about myself? Good morning, Sterling. Thanks for the hearts. Please give some hearts. I always love them. What am I allowing to creep into my mindset? What am I listening to in the morning? How am I starting my day matters. So usually, in my car, I have, hey girl, in my car, I have XM radio. And XM radio is a satellite radio. You can choose whatever station to your liking, whatever taste you have. You pretty much can find a station that will fit your needs. And I typically keep it on Kirk Franklin's praise. I like to start my morning with some spiritual, some gospel, something that's going to get me pumped and ready for the day. And if it's not a religious or spiritual song, it's maybe something from my African culture, because I love African music, and I like to be reminded of how important it is to instill your culture in your life, and as well as your child. So I'll even play it for her while we're getting ready to get us pumped for the day. So it's always inspiring, and some of the music that I listen to, the African music, is spiritually based. So I get both in one shot. And so this morning, for some reason, my radio was on. Yes, I love that podcast. It's really great. So this morning, for some reason, I don't know why, but my station was set to something else. And it was set to a station on XM called The Heat. And it plays like the top 40, basically the top R&B hip hop music of the month or whatever. And some song came on talking about oh my gosh, I was so turned off. I turned it off. Like, it was some song talk about, I only call you when it's 5:30. And basically he's talking about just calling for a hookup. And I'm listening to it. I'm like, I mean, no judgment. People do what they do. But that wasn't something that I felt I should be listening to. that early in the morning. I'm sorry. I'm used to listening to something else. It's something to inspire me and get me to think about, my day and what I'm gonna do and what I want to do with my daughter. And my daughter's in the car, and literally, it was like instantaneous. I just shut it off because I really have to be mindful of what I'm listening to when she's in the car, especially. So I shut it off and I immediately put on Kirk Franklin station, and the first song that comes on says, "I Love God," and it's a song from one of the Marys. I don't know if you're familiar with Mary Mary, but it's Erica Campbell's song, and it's actually ILUH. I apologize, ILUH. I love God, and I know she's gotten a lot of flack for the song because people think it's trap music, but the message is what was telling to me. I was like, yeah, why am I listening to this other stuff? Like, I need to get back to where I'm supposed to be. And that is listening to my Kirk Franklin and having my moment of praise and worship and also just reflection and getting myself pumped. Then my favorite song, my favorite Jill Scott song popped in my head. And it was I'm Blessed. I love that song. So I started playing that song. And I noticed my mood changed immediately. I was much happier. I was much more focused. I was much more motivated to walk into my office and do what I have to do today. So, yes, you need inspiration. You need something to get you to rethink, reconsider what you got to do in the day. It's hard out here. There's so much pressure. There's so much that could steal your joy. And if you don't go in with that armor of protection, if you don't walk into your situation like, I'm going to be fully ready for whatever's coming my way, you will allow those things, those negative thoughts, whatever someone says, when someone questions you, when someone tries to reevaluate what you're doing, you allow that to penetrate and seep into your mind and change the way you felt about yourself before you walked in that door. So today I was like, no, it ain't going to happen today. I'm walking in happy. I'm walking in rejoiced. I'm walking in feeling good about myself. And I'm walking in motivated to do what I have to do. And that is to be a good, administrator in my position, to get on my job and get this work done with my business, to be a good mom to my child, to be a good, all around friend, partner in business. Like, I need to get on my stuff and stop letting whatever else is coming into my world affect me negatively. It's hard. I don't say it's easy. I know it's not easy. Believe me, I've had moments where I've had to really sit down and go, gosh, I feel beat up today. Like, I really do. I feel mentally beat up. I felt like somebody took me in the ring and had me go 3 rounds with my brain and try to mess me up mentally. And when those moments happen, you really have to sit back and go, yes, hack the system. So those of you that don't know, my sister Sterling Speaks. She's of the polished movement. She's polished mindset, basically trying to get you to uncover your greatest gifts. So we both attended a workshop yesterday, and they were talking about hacking the system. Like, when you're playing, for anybody on this that are video game players and are into it, I'm not, so I'll probably be speaking language that don't even sound right. But those of you that play video games, she talked about like how some people really hack the games to get the best and become an expert at it. And they go around the system or they go around the rules to do what they got to do. And she was basically saying like, we need to really hack the system when it comes to the way we are as educators. And then we started applying that to our lives. Like, okay, so where in our life can we hack the system? And part of that is your mindset. Like, there's stuff out there to mess you up. There's stuff that's being put out there to make you rethink who you are. So by hacking the system, you're actually putting in stuff into your system, your mindset, that's going to block whatever negativity that's coming. So those positive reinforcement thoughts, what you listen to, really pay close attention what you listen to in the morning before you go to bed. Those are crucial times the moment you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do before you go to bed. Because if you're going to bed with some nastiness in you, with some hate, with some anger, how are you going to wake up in the morning and feel good? You're not. You're going to feel horrible. So you got to make sure what you're listening to before you go to bed and when you wake up in the morning is important. What you read, the stuff that you're reading, the stuff that you find interesting. Do an inventory. Really take a moment today and start looking through the stuff that you read on a daily basis, the shows that you watch. I'm not sitting up here judging nobody because I love me a good reality show every now and then. Every now and then is fine. But when that becomes your daily expectation to watch those shows, to be involved in those shows, to be involved in what's going on in those people's lives, you got to wonder, what is it that you're escaping that you need to be so involved in that stuff? What is it that you're allowing to get into your system that you may have to hack it? So just thinking about this morning, like, what are we allowing to let creep into our mind in the morning? And I had my moment to really reflect and go, okay, what am I allowing to creep into my mind? I'm not interested in a 5 a.m. booty call. That's my man. I'm gonna keep it real. So, and I'm not interested in twerking it for a stranger. I'm not interested in all the stuff that I'm hearing on the radio right now. I'm interested. No, thank you for coming on, honey. I'm interested in what I could do for other women. I'm interested in what I could do for others that are looking to get support and resources. I'm looking to help inspire other women and be inspired by them. That's what my goal is. I want to be inspired by the other women that I'm around as well, because if you're a true educator, you know that just as much as you teach, you can learn. So I will end it right there because I think that's a great place to end. But again, this is Elkie of Savvy Moms Unite, where I teach moms to live a realistic, practical, and simple life and be a boss in everything that they do. Thanks again. Thanks for the hearts. You can follow me on Twitter, SavvyMomElkie, Instagram, SavvyMomElkie, and on Facebook, Savvy Moms Unite. I thank you so much for your time. And check me out again on Periscope.